started. We apologize. Lindsay is still on her calls that started this morning about 8 o'clock, so she was unable to make it this morning, but she does send her apologies. So today is Tuesday, September 9th. Do we have any resident updates this morning?
Thanks, Betsy. Hi, everyone. Just a short announcement about ROVA, Regency Oaks Veterans Association. We normally meet on Tuesdays of the second Tuesday of the month. This week, we're going to meet on Friday. So there's no ROVA today. It'll be Friday here, 2 o'clock. Dr. Gary Momino is going to speak to us about the history of Florida during World War II. He's an excellent speaker. I recommend that you come. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I am looking for volunteers to serve your community on the Railroad Board. Be thinking about it. Be thinking about your neighbor. In October, we're going to ask for volunteers, and the elections will be in November. So be thinking and look at your neighbor and say, they might be a good one too.
All right, so we have a reminder from Innovative Home Service that your long-term care insurance flyers have been put in your box. If you would like to make an appointment to discuss your policy and how it can help reimburse you for your services, they assist with showering, medication management, and escorting. Contact Christine or Maddie at extension 502 or 503 for additional information. Environmental services. The south resident elevator tracks have been cleaned and they will continue on to the north next. The exit doors on each building, each wing have been cleaned, and the stairwells will continue to be an area of focus. We do have Clearwater Carpet will be on site Thursday for the north building, first floor. And then just a reminder, they do provide carpet cleaning for the residents. It's $50 per room and $25 for high traffic areas. If you have any questions, you can contact Amy at extension 335 to schedule. So we do have Evan out on vacation this week, but will return Thursday. He said, but don't worry, he's repping his Regency Oaks attire while being over 1,000 miles away.
Wow.
Fun fact, over 440 million tons of corn is harvested throughout the world each year, grown on almost 250,000 acres. So Evan provided us with that little trivia piece of information today. So plan operations update, we do have Darwin out on PTO this week as he's celebrating his birthday. We all can appreciate that he was here on Saturday to contribute. You know, we had the north building had the transformer that was hit by lightning. So we had all teams on deck to come in Saturday and just make sure everything was up and running and we had no ongoing issues. So 175 completed work orders were done, 81 remain open. We did replace one new HVAC on a new UTO apartment. They're continuing to work on the roof replacement. They're working on a quote to have the balancing valves installed in the south building to help regulate the hot water. So all of those that have, you know, at the end of the hallway that have had complaints about the hot water, this is one of the things that they're working through to get you that hot water. They're completing the final walkthroughs on the restoration units with Blue Team is ongoing. Clearwater Plumbing repaired some leaks in the pub. The broken clean out in front of north building and condensation line repair on the S wing and the 5th floor. And then they lost one of the electrical legs this past weekend due to the transformer going bad, and Duke Energy was able to repair that. So it is our annual door battery changes. So for those of you that have had questions about the fobs, do they need to be reactivated, things like that. The fobs will last forever. It's the batteries in your door that needs to be changed. So in case of a power outage, your door will always work because they're battery operated. So this time of the year, the batteries are supposed to be good for 2 years based on how often you use your fob on your door. But we never want the batteries to die and you to be locked out of your apartment. So it's just better that every October, November, we're planning on having the batteries changed. This year, that's Justin's security team were on it. They said, nope, let's just get it done. We're gonna start doing it this weekend. So they jumped to it. They started in the south building on the 5th floor and they've already made their way down to the 2nd floor. So I do apologize about those that might have heard the gentleman rustling outside of your door while he was changing the batteries. That's, they moved on it quickly, so I didn't even have a chance to tell you it was happening. But now for everybody else, you'll know that it's coming. They've been doing it at night, just so it doesn't disturb the comings and goings of your department. So so he'll go in and just switch out the batteries real quick. Well, hopefully you're asleep and you don't even notice it. So resident services, the vaccine clinic information, Main Street Pharmacy will be here registering vaccines for the following dates: September 10th and September 17th in the clinic from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. So the pharmacist will provide you with a date and time to come back for your vaccine. So this means it looks like you go and you register on the 10th or the 17th, and then you'll get an appointment card to come back, and those will be administered in October. So resident services, please join your health and wellness team for a transition of care discussion Tuesday, September 30th at 11:30 right here in the town hall. So this is your team of Kelly Clark, Carol Davison, Kyle Bolden, Evan Poole, and Nettie from the Health Center. So any questions that you have about Regency Oaks being a continuing care, these are where you can have your questions answered at the transition of care meeting. So they are hosting a health and wellness fair, and this will be with local providers for information on services available to you. And this will be hosted on Thursday, October 30th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Grand Lobby South. So I'm sure lots more information will be coming on this as we get closer to the time. Again, everybody's been doing really well with the COVID, as we have no active cases at this time, but we do have the updated CDC information on the medical tables for you. So activities this week, later today, we have My Life Experiences with Ace Wooderman. It is right here at 2 o'clock in the town hall, and I think the topic is growing up during the war as a German child. So it should be a very interesting topic. I hope you can make it. Wednesday, September 10th, tomorrow, is Great Courses, and it's Post-Impressionism at 3 o'clock right here in the town hall. Thursday, September 11th, is the monthly cocktail party from 3:30 to 5 here in the town hall, and it is football themed, so everybody can wear their football attire. Friday, September 12th, is the vocal cords here at 11 o'clock in the town hall. Friday, September 12th, is the ROVA, so the Regency Oaks Veteran Association, at 2 p.m. right here in the town hall. And then, of course, every Sunday is the Catholic Mass with Father Ted. That is the Roman Catholic service at 2 p.m. in the Grand Lobby South. Sales. So right now they have 14 deposits on a goal of 15 for the third quarter. So they're doing really well. They're hosting a road show at the Bel Air Country Club this month, and look forward to bringing the attendees to visit Regency Oaks at another date. And they are on the road to 95. So we have a company-wide goal of 95% occupancy, and Regency Oaks is working our way towards this goal. So they're asking right now if you refer a friend, and RO will thank you for the $3,000 resident referral. So if y'all know anybody that is looking to move into Regency Oaks, let them know in marketing, so hopefully you'll get that referral bonus payout. So food and beverage always has lots going on. So tomorrow night, Wednesday the 10th, will be the football theme. That is our theme dinner that we have every month, which means the pub is closed for dinner. The North will remain open for lunch for the theme night, but moving forward on our theme days, the North building will be closed for lunch due to the low attendance. So that means every month when we have the big theme dinner events, more of you do choose to join the dinner theme than have lunch. So they will be closing for lunch on those days in the North dining room. We do have the wine club later today. The beer club is scheduled for the 16th. Bourbon and barbecues on the 23rd. We have gourmet dinner on the 17th, and they're getting ready to start the new cycle soon. Pasta night will be on Thursday the 18th. The wine and dinner pairing is Tuesday the 30th. And then brunch will return to the North building this weekend. That's Blue Team has told us they will complete the North building dining room this week. So we will be back to normal with brunch in the North, dinner in the South. So congratulations to Barbara Odom. Our business specialist. She was Employee of the Month. So Barbara has implemented engaging classes for our residents. She's committed to helping others reach their fitness potential and is a true champion of wellness and healthy living. Barbara's contributions make a meaningful difference every day. So we all want to thank Barbara for everything she does. So she was Employee of the Month, and we do select the Employee of the Month, sometimes based on those cards you fill out. So you guys have seen in the mail rooms, there's those extraordinary impressions cards. If you have a great experience, there's an employee that stands out to you, stop and fill out one of those cards, because that is how we do select these Employees of the Month. Blue team update. So the roof, they're continuing to work on the M wing in the north building. In the south, they're continuing to work on the P wing. There may be times that you'll be advised to not walk through some of the entrance and exits while the work is being performed. And this will include the one next to the Grand South lobby. So of course, right now they're not able to work because of the weather and the rain projections, but when they pick up work, they will be closing the one entrance exit right next to the P wing and the South Grand lobby. You'll have to use the double doors with the handicap next to the south to come and go when they return to the work. So it looks like we're still planning on having lots of updates to the north building from our Blue Team insurance claim. Looks like the library, the north dining room, the south dining room, the brick wall perimeter. The sales center is going to get some updates. The flat roof near the dining, the north, south, and healthcare roof will be completed. And then the EIFS banding for water intrusion, as well as the damage to carport, soffits, and bush. So that should all be completed based on our insurance claim with the Blue Team. So just some follow-up. We have elevators are in progress. The next meeting will be September 22nd. They are working on the 2026 budget season, so that's where Lindsay's at this morning on her budget call. The budget presentation will be next Tuesday, the 16th at 3 p.m. So they will not have any approvals until the CapEx in January. So even though we've been working at least a month now on these budget presentations, they'll go present that, and then we don't know the results until usually January or February. Yes. So Sherry, our LCS RVP, will be here to attend Tuesday Talk next week. So if you guys have any questions for her. Darwin is on PTO this week, so Chris is managing all the work orders. The remediation in the north dining room, the temporary restoration for the utilization while we design the space and await carpet lead time, etc. But it will be back up this week. The north lobby will be back up this week, and they'll be repainting the ceilings. So they did ask to close the area down. Of course, there's tons of traffic through that area. It can't be completely closed down. So while they do the work, we will have one entrance remain open during that time. And then they have the first design call with the new architects for these spaces, and they will be visiting on Wednesday, September 17th. So again, the north building, the transformer was blown on Friday night. They apologized for the inconvenience and worked with Duke Energy and our IT techs to get us back up and running. Darwin came in on Saturday to address the ACs and resets. We've also made cooling stations on multiple levels, so we are hurricane ready. Have your supplies. And then of course, Attila is no longer with us for personal reasons, so we will begin recruiting. Ricky and Dustin are still handling everything as always. They will be receiving community SPS if they are forced to evacuate by the state. And then of course the survey deadline was Friday the 5th, and 289 IL surveys were received as of Friday. We did put out, I think it was 462 surveys. So of course they go in the mail, so it's gonna take a little time. They call the US Postal Service snail mail for a reason. So it's gonna take a time for all the surveys that you guys completed, put in the mail to be received. So hopefully, by the end of next week, we'll be at, at least the 350 mark, I'd say. Our goal was to get 85% completion, and Lindsay promised us a party if we hit that mark. So hopefully you all got your surveys completed and put in the mail in time. So all right, we're gonna announce the raffle winners. So I know, that's why you guys are all here. So our first bag here was the spa basket, and that is Ann Resnick. She was the winner for that raffle. So I don't believe she's here, so we'll reach out to her and let her know that she won. Our next gift basket was the fanny pack with the $50 Visa gift card, and the winner for that is Eleanor Fenn. Congratulations, Eleanor. Our next basket was the digital photo frame with the nice electronic candle, and that was won by Brittany Blauser. So she is not here, but we'll make sure we get that to her. Our next basket was the cheese board with wine, and that was won by Emilio Petty. So I don't believe he's here, but we'll get that to him. We can all meet at Emilio's later for a glass of wine. And then the Walker Caddy with essentials, like the pads of paper, things like that, was won by Mary Ellen Gardner. So congratulations, Mary Ellen. So again, thank you all that participated in our Regency Oaks survey. And when we get those results back, we will share those. It usually does take a month or two, so maybe October. But again, we'll continue to keep you posted as we know more. So any questions today?
Well, I have a question. I think there's a killer at Regency Oaks. I live on the 4th floor, and I have a nice big tree that I looked at. All of a sudden, the last few weeks, there's been no squirrels, no birds, no nothing in my tree. Now I notice on the grounds, where are the squirrels? What's happened? And then the little critters, which we have thousands of, all over around, where are they? You look and you can't find them out there.
I do see plenty still, but I think maybe the roof work has kind of scared away some of our critters a little bit too, so. All right, any other questions? Oh. Got one more from Mary, it looks like.
I just wonder if we have a tracking mechanism for the issues on the south wing. If those things are replaced or upgraded, do we have a way of deciding or understanding that it has actually saved Regency Oaks some money? Like in the budget somehow?
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Mary, can you clarify?
Do we have any mechanism within our budget to be able to look at our either electrical or hot water bills to see if they've decreased or just our plain water bill due to the changes? Because that was part of our interest, was to make sure that we saved some of our resources.
Yes, unfortunately, you know, the utility bills are something, even though we try to save on one end, sometimes they go up in another end. So at the same time, I do know our water bill has gone a little bit higher because of the cooling towers in the north as well. So where we try to conserve in one area, sometimes we still have the usage in another. So at this time, you know, it's one of those things we don't really have much control over.
This is not a question. It's been a few days, but the picnic we had on Labor Day, for those of us in the north, we had it in the town hall. The team, I can't pick on one person because it was well organized, it was well presented, and the food was good. I mean, it's hamburgers and hot dogs and that, and it was set up very, very nicely. I gotta congratulate them for struggling with hauling most of the food from the other places to get it here. And one of the things that probably wasn't noticed as much is that this whole room was filled with round tables. And the Monday is bingo night. So someone came in between the end of the picnic to the beginning of bingo, took all the round tables down, put them away, set it up for bingo, and it was done by 5 o'clock. Of course, I'm sure they wanted to get home too, but I mean, it just worked very, very well. Congratulations to everybody involved.
Thank you.
And one more thing, positive.
We'll take all the positive we can get, just keep going.
They had a brick, cloth-covered brick that held the door open in the south private dining room. It disappeared. it was last seen in a little blue wagon. But I was able to get a brick from the South Dining. They have bricks. And I gave it to Rosa Heckman, and she covered it with her sewing magic with cloth, and it's now in the South Lobby. So thank you, Rosa, for the job. It'll be $50, please.
Any other, oh, one more question over here?
In answer to Mary's question, the Finance Committee goes over all of the budget and what's been spent and what hasn't been spent. So yes, there are residents that know what's going on.
All right, any other questions? Or any more positive feedback? Thank you, Chris. We do love hearing the positive feedback. I know the dining works very hard to make sure the picnic went as smooth as possible. So I'll let them know that you shared that. You guys all have a great day.